Alright, this video is going to show you all of your lower body warm-ups, and you're going to start with the elliptical. It's easiest to get on the elliptical on the side that's lowest, and I always have an interesting time getting started on the elliptical. So you're going to go for 2 minutes in one direction, do a little dance, whatever floats your boat. Then you're going to switch directions, which is also an interesting challenge. Don't fall off. After you do that for 8 minutes, it's on to the stretching part. So here's your hamstring stretch. I'm using a resistance band. My leg just straight up as far as I can get it, and then you're going to go out to the side, hold for 15 seconds. I'm obviously not holding for 15 seconds because this video would be really long if I did. So now we're going to switch over to the other side, and that's where you see that planning comes into play. Make sure you have enough space for swinging your leg out and over when you do this stretch, or you do a weird little scoot like I did. So then we're going to switch legs. Thanks to my brother for showing me the very easy way of switching legs without having to bend over and change where the resistance band was. Make sure that your leg is straight when you do this. You won't be able to get as high as you want to with a straight leg, but that's how you're going to get a good stretch. So make sure that your knee is not bent. It's easiest to switch hands whenever you go over to the other side. That way you're not twisted in a weird way on the ground. The next one, you're going to cross your leg over after you do a little dance. And then you're going to pull your knee towards its opposite shoulder, kind of at a little diagonal there. And this is for the piriformis, which is part of your butt muscle. So you should feel it in there. You're going to hold that one and then switch legs. I always feel kind of like a princess when I do this for some odd reason with my hands on my knee. And then from here, you're going to transition into your ITB stretch. So you're just going to move your leg over a little bit, and then your two hands are going to go around the lower leg and pull it gently towards you. You should feel a stretch along the outside close to your butt once again. Hands holding onto your leg. If you can't do this one comfortably on the ground, you can also sit up a little bit and do it and get about the same stretch. And that's where you should feel that stretch. From here, you're going to sit up and do a butterfly stretch. So bring the soles of your feet together and then try and bring your heels as close as you can to yourself. You can use your elbows to push down a little bit on your knees to feel a stretch on the inside of your thigh. And of course, dancing is always good in the gym. You see me dance a lot. Next is child's pose. You're crossing your legs, Indian style, crisscross applesauce, whichever floats your boat, and then reaching forward in front of you. This will stretch out your lower back. It feels really, really, really good. If you're familiar with yoga, you've probably done that one before. Next, we're going to stretch out our hip flexors. So I have my foot in front of me and the other leg back behind, and I'm leaning forward into it. And so the hip flexor right in front of your hip. If you're not feeling the stretch, you can do like I just did, and you can take the arm of the leg that's back behind and then lean over to the side. My brother calls this the ballet stretch. Make sure that your knee does not go too far over your foot. It needs to stay pretty much over the toes. And note to self, filming with sunlight in the background makes for an interesting lighting dynamic. Switching legs. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. I seem to have said that a lot in my life as a math teacher. Yay, algebra! Bet you didn't expect that in an exercise video. Next, we're going to stretch our quads. So you're going to go over to something to help stabilize yourself and then hold on to your foot, bring it close to your rear end. You should feel the stretch in front of your thigh. Switch legs. Dance a little bit, sing some songs. The gym is a great place for karaoke, especially if you go when no one else is there. Now, if you have a hard time doing it like that, you can also do the same stretch on the ground. Just lay on your side and then bring the top leg back behind you and hold on to your ankle there. Try to hold on closer to your ankle and not your actual toes, because if you hold on to your toes, you can do all kinds of weird funky things to your foot. Then lay on the other side, do the other leg. Try not to take a nap while you're doing this. Sometimes it's tempting when you're laying on the floor.
I like naps.
Naps are pretty awesome. They don't get you much of a workout when you take naps.
That's true.
And the last one for lower body is the calves. So you're going to go over to a wall. You'll notice I kind of bent down a little bit. It's because I'm trying to get my heel as close as I can to that wall. And then my legs are straight, and I'm leaning in toward the wall, trying to get the best stretch that I can on those calves. Now, don't overstretch anything. It shouldn't be painful. It should just feel a little bit of a stretch. And then you're all done.